Network Entertainment.
Ready ba ako na makilala ako ng tao? Ready ba ako to let other people into my life? Siyempre, pwede silang mag-comment anytime. Dati sobrang madali ako ma-offend. Pag like may mga comments na ma-hurt ako. So, siyempre, ayun. So, it was little by little siya. Hanggang sa, okay, sige, ready na ako ipakita yung face ko.
Ano yung mga biggest fears mo noon na parang takot na takot ka mangyayari pero hindi naman nangyari?
Siguro ma-misunderstand. Yun yung fear ko before na parang people would paint me as someone that I'm not. Ang dami kong insecurities, pero siguro I'm already past that era na parang I would let my insecurities weigh me down because I focus on my strength. For example, ang dami ng brands na lumapit sa akin na, Philip, mag-stand-up comedy ka, mag-hosting ka kasi funny ka naman at saka sayang yung parang kumbaga, aside from doing skits, pwede ka mag-branch out sa business mo. Pwede ka nang kunin for host. Pwede ka nang kunin for run. And when you come to think of it, financially, okay yun kasi ang daming platform, ang daming profit streams. Pero kasi alam ko sa sarili ko na hindi ako people person. At saka meron akong fear sa crowd. So, instead na pilitin ko yung sarili ko na i-overcome yung fear na yun, I would rather focus on my strength, which is to write skits and to act na ako lang.
Hi, this is Mirza Season. Welcome to You Can Do This, a podcast that'll help you achieve your dreams and goals one episode at a time. What are you waiting for? Let's go!
I'm so excited, and so are many other people in the room. Woohoo! About today's guest. His ID on Instagram simply says, I like making people on the internet smile. But he does so much more than that. More than just one of the most renowned comedy content creators in the Philippines. With 3.3 million Facebook followers, 2.2 million on TikTok, and 503,000 on Instagram, he's also a mind reader who knows and says what we are all thinking and reflects back to us our innermost thoughts, whether evil, mean, or about our fear of making mistakes, feeling awkward or insecure, making mistakes in social situations, being jologs among social people, in the most mundane everyday situations that he turns into hilarious skits. He's also an astute observer of life, an advertising-friendly but effective communicator, and social commentator who opens our eyes while leaving us in stitches. Please welcome Philip Hernandez,
hi,
also
everyone.
known as Davao Conyo.
Hello.
Hi, Philip.
Hello. Ang grabing puring-puri naman ako doon.
Totoo naman lahat.
Baka magsalo si Lord. Pero hello. Thank you for watching and listening this episode.
And thank you for coming here. Nagkatotoo when I first met Philip sa isang GCash event. And then, he was very shy and he's sitting alone. And then, naglakas loob din ako kasi I was in awe. Parang yung reaction nila kanina nung lumabas ka, parang natamenos lang lahat.
At saka bigla ako lumitaw habang nag-uusap kayo.
Parang apparition. And then, na-thrill ako when you gave me your number and then you said, sure, I'll guest on your podcast. And then, parang hindi tayo magkaayusan ng sked.
Yes.
So I thought, sanay kasi ako na dead man na lang kasi busy yung mga celebs, diba? And then in the next GCash event, ikaw pa yung lumapit sa akin. And then you said, Ma'am.
Ma'am Mirza. Ma'am Mir na pa nga yung sinabi ko. Mali pa. Mali pa.
Okay lang, sanay naman ako. Ma'am Mir na. O pwede na, gagawin kita ng schedule. So I was so touched. And then I got the impression then na parang shy pala siya. Parang
hindi ba siya apparent sa first GCash event?
Hindi. Kasi syempre front row ka lagi. Tapos lahat ng celebs lumalapit sa'yo. Then the second, sabi mo, parang tatabi ka lang sa akin kasi may mga crowd. And parang na-sense ko na parang hindi siya at ease with the crowd. Which, can relate. And this is part of my content also because I'm an introvert myself and I like to help introverts. So parang, and then, nung nakaupo ka na sa front row, siningle out ka pa ng CEO and said, I'm a fan of Davao Conyo. Talagang broadcast nila. And then when Heart Evangelista came out and saw you, she said, I'm a fan, you're so smart. Talagang, di ba? Special mention. Anong feeling mo nun?
Birthday ko talaga. Hindi talaga GCash event. Hindi sobrang sobrang mixed emotions kasi ayokong nasa spotlight. Tapos, syempre, pabilog tayo nun, Ma'am Mirza, diba? So, lahat ng tao nakatingin sa akin nung sinabi yun. Pero natouch din ako kasi parang validation din siya from the CEO and Miss Heart. So, syempre, kinilig din ako. Pero, parang ilang times ako minention 3.
Oo!
So, parang sobrang hiyang-hiyan ako. Pero, again, sobrang, validating siya for me na na-appreciate siya ng, different people online. Kasi sometimes, mothers reach out to me, students, ganun. Tapos ito, celebrity. So parang doon ko na feel na, ang dami ko palang nare-reach na audience, kumbaga.
Pero tama si Heart when she said you're so smart. And parang, di ba nga, I sent you a link na parang, naloka ka ba dun sa link? Na parang may article.
Oo nga
intellectualizing.
Nung binasa ko siya, sabi ko na parang, baka itong tingin sa akin ni Ma'am Mirza, hindi naman akong ganito.
Ano ba? Kasi sabi dun sa article, sa LinkedIn, comedy is all about observing the world, which is so spot on. Comedians are very good at identifying small issues that people don't see. And they convert these issues into jokes.
Yes.
True ba yan?
Yeah. For me naman, there are a lot of kinds of comedy. And of course, iba-iba din naman tayo ng taste. May mga comedy na ganun, very observant, observant humor. Meron din namang sobrang slapstick. Depende din eh. But I also agree with the article that you sent me. It requires a lot of observation.
Paano mo na-hone yung powers of observation mo na yan since you were young ba?
Yeah. Siguro ever since bata ako, mahilig talaga mag-observe. Dati I could say na medyo extroverted ako before. Lagi ako nag-leader sa mga school plays or like pag may mga school presentations. Pero siguro as I grew older, parang mas na-realize ko na parang mas okay pala ako dito, mas tahimik. Mas nakaka-focus ako. And ever since kasi mahilig talaga ako sa, anong tawag? Individual work. Hindi ako mahilig sa group work. Hindi ko siya thing. Mas gusto ko na ako lang para mabilis. Pero kung hindi ko siya matapos, alam kong ako lang yung may kasalanan. Hindi ko siya i-blame sa ibang tao. So ayun, doon ko lang na-discover na parang mas okay pala ako dito. And
then yung observations mo, you said that you have a notebook. And you're always jotting
Nung wala pa akong pera, pero ngayon iPad na. Yung mga humble days ko pa, notebook pa. Hindi, pero I always, or sa phone ko, sa notes, pag may na-observe ako.
Anong sample na na-observe mo na naging skit?
Halimbawa, yung na-mention kanina ni Ma'am na yung sa steak. Halimbawa yung nag-Wolfgang kami, totoo yun, na parang kasama ko yung agency ko dati, nag-Wolfgang kami, dinala nila ako sa Wolfgang. Tapos, tinanong ako ng waiter kung ano yung gusto ko na side. Of course, hindi ko sinabi yung mother side. Pero sa isip ko talaga, parang magandang sagot yun, funny yun. Tapos isusulat ko kaagad siya.
Bago mo makalimutan.
Kasi it's relatable, hindi naman lahat ng tao pumupunta ng steak na restaurant every day. And even for me, it was, parang na-intimidate ako na ganito pala dito. So, alam mo yun, yung mga ganun lang. Halimbawa, nag-uusap tayo ngayon, tapos magugulat ka na mamayang gabi yung upload ko about sa'yo.
Yun yung next question ko, mind reader ka talaga.
Hindi kasi parang for me, yun yung mga little things na parang people don't really talk about.
Right.
Pero naka-embed na siya sa utak ng mga tao. So parang instant relatability yun.
Pero parang bakit iba yung yung take mo? Like kung may out of the box, ikaw parang out of the universe. Paano na? Saan nagagaling yung mga, parang na-juxtapose mo, for example, di ba?
Ano yung juxtapose muna?
Ayun yung parang sunaswak.
Okay.
Tama ba yan?
Hindi ko alam ang meaning eh.
So parang for example, Disney princesses na nag-reunion, na nagko-compare kung sinong mas magaling, di ba? Yun. Paano mo yun naiisip?
I think, wala akong formula dyan eh. Pero what I always think about is something na relatable. One concept na relatable and one concept na relatable na totally different. Ano mangyayari pag imimix
exactly.
ko siya?
Pag kinumbay.
Diba? So for example, Disney princesses, madaming Disney princesses and a lot of people know them by name and by face. Pero what if pumunta sila ng party and magkasama silang lahat? So sino magsa-stand out? Tapos what if pumasok yung mga villains? Ano mafe-feel nila na hindi sila yung bida. Wala silang mga backpacks na mga mukha nila yung nandyan or mga pencil case. Kasi diba yung mga bata, gusto ko ng ganito, Cinderella na damit, ganyan. Wala namang villains na nakalagay sa shirt. So, ano yung nararamdaman nila pag ganon? So, asa ko, parang magandang concept to. So,
question lang, ba't sila galit kay Mulan? Or ba't sila pinagtatawanan si Mulan?
Hindi ko din alam kung bakit pa nagdiskitahan si Mulan. No? Pero for me kasi, parang para mabalance ko, sa characters dapat may isang maldita, may isang nakikinig lang, may isang inaaway. Para representation siya ng lahat.
Oo.
So kahit ikaw nanonood ka, hala parang si ano to, ito yung kabarkada ko na laging ganito ganyan. So
For example, a common theme rin in your skits is rich people, tapos may parang hindi masyadong rich, like a classmate na napunta sa house.
Yeah.
Bakit marami kang observations na ganun? Related ba to sa experiences?
Yes.
Oh.
At saka hindi ako natatakot na gawin yung mga skits na yun kasi kung sabihin natin problematic to, hoy, ako yung hindi rich doon. So okay. So because experience ko talaga siya coming from a Chinese school na sobrang yaman ng mga classmates ko. Pero wag ka masyado ma-impress kasi nilipat din ako sa ibang school after.
Okay.
Kasi hindi na kinaya ng parents ko. So, pero you always have that classmate na mayaman. Pag nagkakaroon ng group work, dadalhin ka sa bahay. Ito, syempre doon mo hala, ganito, ba't mas malaki yung aircon nila kaysa ref namin? May mga ganon. Kasi sa amin, ganito lang yung aircon namin, sa kanila isang ganito. So doon mo muna observe. And yun yung mga memories ko na na-embed lang sa akin. And as I grew up, na-realize ko na funny pala siya.
Yun nga yung next question ko na naman. Mind reader ka talaga. Ano pa yung ibang experiences mo growing up na nagiging common themes beside rich and poor divide or may common theme na sa mom mo. Parang laging recurring yung character.
Kasi mommy's boy.
Siya ba yun?
A mixture of everything talaga. A mixture of everything. And siguro that, like what you said din kanina, I really love to observe. So that said, I always read Reddit. I always listen to stories from other people.
Okay.
So, based sa stories nila at saka sa personal story ko, I find the balance. Na parang, okay, this is something na ang dami makaka-relate.
Anong comment ng mom mo pag nakikita niya yung sarili niya?
Nung una talaga, medyo na-weirdan siya because she's a very private person.
Right.
Pero nung nakikita niya na yung bank transfers ng brand, Go anak, siraan mo pa ako. Nakita niya na para makikinabang din siya. Nung nafe-feel niya na ako na yung nagbabayad ng kuryente, ako na yung bumibili ng aircon, ng TV. Uy, go, siraan mo ako. Pero kidding aside, supportive naman siya. At saka, confident naman si mom. Confident naman yung nanay ko at saka ako na parang meron kaming, okay, this is too much.
May ganun.
Hindi din siya written on paper na parang what's bastos for me or what's not. Parang more on gut feel lang talaga siya. And probably because of how I was raised.
I'm sure nakikilig siya.
Oo naman.
Especially to see your clothes. Napanood ko yung she gave you all the clothes that you were borrowing.
Yes, kaya naka-brat and panty na lang siya ngayon. Hindi, pero sobrang kinilig ako noon kasi nung lumipat ako dito sa Manila, I was really worried na,
wala kang girl clothes.
Wala akong girl clothes. Tapos sabi ko, as an introvert/tanga, hindi ko na siya isa-soften yung blow. Tanga talaga ako. Wala akong basic life skills. So ayokong, na-stress na ako na, pagpupunta ako ng Manila, maghahanap ako ng mga Divisoria ba yan or Green Hills. Tapos mamimili ako ng damit. Hindi ko alam paano gawin yun. So sabi niya sa akin na, hindi, okay lang, kunin mo na lang yung mga damit ko. Bili na lang daw siya ng bago. So ayun. So parang for me, parang blessing na rin siya na, sige, support kita.
Parang permanent character na ngayong Red Duster.
Oo, kasi sobrang comfortable.
Pwede mo nang immerse yun
Next time makita tayo, dalhin ko suotin mo. Sobrang mahangin sa loob.
Yung mga wig na nasa baol.
Ayun, in-order ko na sa TikTok.
Hinugasan mo? Hindi pa rin.
Parang nakatag-guard ako sa question. Hindi naman kasi ako lang naman gumagamit.
Joke lang. Napanood ko kasi.
Oo. Yeah, sinusuklay-suklay ko lang every now and then. Mga 15 to 20 na siguro yung mga wigs ko.
And then, parang since you're a proud mama's boy, nasabi mo rin na very advertising friendly ka sa mga mommy products.
Yes.
Oo. So, meron ka bang hinihindian?
Siyempre diapers kasi hindi na ako nagamit nun. Totoo yun! May nag-reach out sa akin for diapers, for baby's milk.
Baby diapers? Paano naman? Ang hirap naman.
And then for me, gets ko naman na touch ako na okay, kasi hindi, I know where the brands were coming from. Ay, may mga nanonood sa kanyang nanay. So baka ma-influence sila. Pero for me, hindi na kasi siya parang
hindi na siya
I
on
can't
brand.
attest to this because I don't drink this milk, I don't wear diapers. So parang for me, mahirap. So as much as possible, if not almost all the time, at least man lang, ginagamit ko siya or nagamit ko na.
Okay. That's why liquor din hindi, diba?
Yes, kasi hindi ako umiinom.
Okay. Okay. Great. So, may phone-in question from one of the people in the
Totoo
room.
ba?
How, as you say, you're a self-confessed shy person and introvert. Anong tips mo for people who need to create content na hindi confident?
Actually, gusto ko lang sabihin na for me lang to wag niyo ako ibabash kung iba yung perspective niyo. But for me, as someone who's very shy, with the world that we are living right now, it's very pro introvert because we have the internet.
Yes.
And with TikTok's boom na parang dati kasi pag nasa YouTube ka, yung mindset mo is kailangan maganda yung camera mo, kailangan maganda yung background mo, kailangan may ilaw ka and all. Pero with TikTok, you can just shoot anywhere.
Right.
So, yun din. Doon din ako na dati kasi nagdodub lang ako. Kasi wala akong DSLR, wala akong magandang kwarto. So for me, this is the best kind of comedy na pwede kong i-offer without showing myself.
Right.
Pero nung pagsabog ng TikTok, na hala, pwede pala. Na parang yung background mo, mga manukan, mga ganun. Background mo ganito, ganyan. So,
but how did you jump off the cliff from don't want to show your face to I have to show my face? That's a big leap, diba?
I always wanted to introduce my type of comedy to people before pa. Pero it's just that yun, medyo kinikilala ko pala yung sarili ko. Kasi sabi ko na ready ba ako na makilala ako ng tao? Ready ba ako to let other people into my life? Syempre, pwede silang mag-comment anytime. Dati sobrang madali ako ma-offend. Pag like may mga comments na ma-hurt ako. So syempre, ayun. So it was little by little siya. Hanggang sa, okay, sige, ready na ako ipakita yung face ko.
Ano yung mga biggest fears mo noon na parang takot na takot ka mangyayari pero hindi naman nangyari?
Siguro ma-misunderstand. Yun yung fear ko before na parang people would paint me as someone that I'm not. Siguro yun. Kasi I don't know, I'm also very defensive.
Right.
Probably I got it from my mom because she's a cancer. Tapos libra pa ako. So sobrang people pleaser ko. So yun. Pero as you grow old, parang syempre life would really transform you na it doesn't really go your way all the time.
Right.
Even ngayon, na parang kahit dun sa mga kind words na sinabi mo kanina, parang ang sarap isipin na everybody thinks of me that way. Pero I know na may mga taong ayaw sa akin. May mga taong sinasabi na, ay, corny naman yan.
Would you like to name them? Just kidding.
hindi ko sila kilala kasi hindi naman ako nakipagkaibigan sa mga taong gano'n. Pero like, alam ko na hindi mo naman mapiplease everyone.
Right. Ano yung other biggest challenges mo in your journey towards where you are now? Besides the shyness and...
I wish I could come up with something para pwede ma-MMK yung life ko. Pero hindi kasi like for example, I already said this din before sa isang interview din na parang ang dami kong insecurities pero siguro I'm already past that era na parang I would let my insecurities weigh me down because I focus on my strength. For example, ang dami ng brands na lumapit sa akin na, Philip, mag-stand-up comedy ka, mag-hosting ka kasi funny ka naman at saka sayang yung parang kumbaga aside from doing skits, pwede ka mag-branch out sa business mo. Pwede ka nang kunin for host. Pwede ka nang kunin for And when you come to think of it, financially, okay yun kasi ang daming platform, ang daming profit streams. Pero kasi alam ko sa sarili ko na hindi ako people person. At saka meron akong fear sa crowd. So, instead na pilitin ko yung sarili ko na i-overcome yung fear na yun, I would rather focus on my strength, which is to write skits and to act na ako lang.
Hi, I'm Joelle, and I'm back. Did you miss me? I wouldn't call this a season 2, but rather just another era with more lessons, realizations, and thoughts from all the overthinking. And it's not just gonna be me this time. We'll have special guests, other POVs, para mas marami pa tayong masagot na paano kungs ng buhay to hopefully help you find the answers you're looking for. Tara, this is Joelle's podcast, Paano Kung.
You've also talked about dream mo rin to be an actor, to write scripts, and also direct commercials. Is that still your dream?
Oo, dalawa. Isa na lang doon yung totoo.
Okay.
Kasi dati akala ko talaga gusto ko maging actor or celebrity. Kasi yun naman yung pag Pinoy ka, di ba? Parang yun yung parang dream. Especially kung kung laking ABS and GMA ka. Pero I tried din na mag-acting stint before nung pandemic. Nung uso yung mga Zoom shoots. I don't know if you've seen some shoots.
I saw your show, Pearl Next Door.
And na-enjoy ko naman.
Magaling ka.
Thank you.
Lalo na din sa Polly Pocket.
Yeah.
Polyamory.
Ako si Fonzie doon and ako yung bading na best friend, shocker. Ako yung bading na best friend ng bida. Pero na-enjoy ko siya. Pero while I was doing it, na-realize ko na iba pala talaga sa content creation. Kasi sa content creation, Ma'am Mirza, is kung okay na ako sa take na to, okay na. Pero kasi kung sa sa mainstream, pag hindi masaya yung director, ulitin mo yun. Okay na yun na. Parang funny na yun na. Hindi, ulitin mo. Wala kang choice. And of course, you have to wait for everyone to finish. Sa pag-makeup nila, everyone ready, memorize their lines. That's when you can shoot.
So group work.
So group work siya. So na-realize ko noon na parang damn, sa isang araw na nakakailang sequences kami, ilang skits na kaya yung pwede ko ma-shoot nito. So yun yung naisip ko. So that's when I decided na probably for now, hindi para sa akin yung pag-artista. Kasi nagkaroon din ako ng offers
Okay.
after noon. Ayun, kinuha ko ng ganitong agency, ganito. Tapos mag-workshop, acting workshop for movies. Yeah, yun. So, I really have to stand my ground because I can't be everyone.
Ang strategic naman.
Oo.
Oo.
Kasi parang for me, and that's why branding is very important because whenever you're confused as a person or with your craft, you always go back to your branding.
Right.
And that reminds you na ano ba talagang gusto ko? Kasi to be honest, nung time na yun, if hindi ako masyado nag-isip, hindi ko naman sinasabi na hindi nag-isip yung ibang content creators. Baka gusto din talaga nila tumawid sa mainstream. Pero for me, if it was just, sige kasi para makita ko sa mainstream TV, sige para makilala ko yun. Tatanggapin ko yun lahat. Pero naisip ko na if tinanggap ko yun lahat, may maiiwan eh. And most likely it's the content creation.
Right.
So I can't do that.
Okay. I was very impressed when you said that you're still a one-man show to this day. Walk us through your creative process and how you are able to post every day. Grabe.
Almost every day.
Almost every day.
Parang as much as I want to post every day, parang hindi din talaga siya kaya since ako lang mag-isa. What I usually do, Ma'am Mirza, is halimbawa ito. Meron akong note dito. May folder ako dito ng mga random ideas.
Okay.
So Davao Conyo, ito segments. Ito, ideas to shoot. Ito. So ang dami nito. So these are the topics na nakakome up ko habang nagkakape or naliligo. Sinusulat ko kaagad. Halimbawa dito, wala bang bastos dito. Halimbawa, POV, galing ChatGPT ang wedding vows ninyo.
Yes, napanood ko
so,
yan.
Ayun, so sinusulat ko lang siya. So pag may mga days na wala akong maisip, mamimili lang ako dito. Parang maganda to. So yun. So usually yun.
And
saka,
then, from idea, may shoot schedule ka ba? Or meron ka bang Monday ganyan?
Usually
or,
may shoot schedule ako pag branded content. Kasi syempre susundin ko yung calendar.
May deadline.
Yes. Pero pag ako lang, depende lang if feel ko. Na parang, parang masaya ako today. Magsushoot ako, ganyan.
Okay.
Pero may mga days din na parang kahit wala. Kasi I don't know if you've come across the quote na action creates the motivation.
Yes.
Yan.
Super.
Yun. Lagyan natin yan na ano dito. Hindi kasi, di ba, we always say na parang ayoko magtrabaho today kasi hindi ako motivated. Pero what people do not know is it's the action that creates the motivation. So for me, pag may mga days na down ako, sige, push ko na lang, pilitin ko na lang mag-shoot dito. Habang sinushoot ko siya, doon ko na na-realize na naka-3 na ako, naka-4 na ako.
Okay.
Kanina ayoko mag-shoot. Parang wala ako sa mood. So yun, action creates the motivation.
And then, natanong ko na rin to sa'yo, paano mo siya na-shoot yung multi-character?
Ano siya talaga, sa CapCut ako nag-shoot. Wait lang, sa camera talaga.
Okay.
Tapos, nilalagyan ko ng background sa CapCut, green screen. Tapos isi-stitch ko sila together sa Premiere Pro.
But you shoot per character.
Per character.
So, scripted yun.
Scripted. I follow a script. Pero sometimes guide lang. Kasi sometimes while I'm delivering the lines, parang, mas funny to. So, sinasabi ko na lang siya.
Any other tips for introverted content creators? Because these days, even if you're not a comedian, even if you're not gonna make skits or you're not a fashion person, everyone has to create content, whether you're an entrepreneur or dermatologist, di ba?
Kahit hindi ka nga entrepreneur, pwede ka na mag-pretend na entrepreneur ngayon eh. Dami-dami
True.
Hindi, ano bang tip ko? Hindi. For me, yes, I am a shy person and you don't see me often sa mga crowded places. Pero that does not give me the excuse to not study them.
Right.
Kasi, kumbaga, kahit introvert ka, kahit shy person ka, kahit hindi big yung circle mo, if you want more people to relate with your work, you have to research.
Right.
Kasi you can't just put out something na ikaw lang yung nag-agree. Parang kung tayong dalawa, may inside joke tayo from childhood. So sinabi ko sa'yo ngayon, tatawa ka, pero sila hindi. Kasi hindi nila gets eh. So in order para mas makuha mo yung mass appeal, you have to research.
Right.
For example, ako, yun nga, I read Reddit. Ano ba yung pinag-uusapan ngayon? Ano ba yung mga typical Filipino culture na pwede kong gawing nakakatawa? Kasi ang why ko as a creator is find the funny. Yun yung why ko.
Find the funny.
I always go back to that because I feel like in every situation, there's always something funny about it. You just have to find it. So yun.
Start with your why.
Start with your why.
Right. You also said that you also said that you're ambitious. And you believe in the power of manifestation. Tell us more about that. How ambitious are you?
Damn. Sobrang tricky question nun. Hindi, I just feel like na kaya kong gawin yan. Hindi ko ma-pinpoint kung kailan ko siya magagawa. Pero alam kong kaya kong gawin yan. Ganun. Pero realistic din naman ako. Ay, hindi din ako sobrang delusional.
Okay.
Yung lahat ng minamanifest ko, lahat ng ina-ambition ko, minimake sure ko na kaya ko rin siya.
Okay. Anong sample, parang, not man bucket list, but sample goals na you're ambitious enough to go for and then na-manifest?
Okay. This might sound very shallow, pero sa 3 platforms, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram talaga yung lowest engagement ko ever since.
Oh.
And it's the same case for most people. And gets ko yun because people, they have this notion na when it's Instagram, everyone has to look pretty, dapat aspirational, ganun. Di ba ganun naman sa Instagram?
Yes.
When you take photos of yourself, kailangan high quality, ganun.
Paris filter lang.
Yes. And parang sabi ko na, gets ko na hindi ko to kuha yung kiliti ng Instagram kasi hindi naman ako ganun eh. I don't present myself as that way. Hindi naman ako marangya. Hindi naman ako food vlogger. Hindi naman ako mahilig mag-travel. I don't take good photos. Pero sabi ko na, how do I increase my engagement on Instagram? So, that's when I said na, what if I try daily upload? Sabi ko, sige lang. Sabi ko, baka magsawa yung mga tao sa akin. Pero sabi ko na, sige, try ko. And then it worked.
Okay.
And then it worked. It was something na hindi ko talaga ginagawa before. For me, okay na ako sa once a week upload.
Right.
And now, although siya yung pinakamababa sa lahat ng platforms ko, pero I can confidently say na pinaka-engage yung viewers ko sa Instagram.
Oh.
And I feel mas komportable sa mga tao hindi ko sinisiraan yung mga taga-Facebook ha, pero iba yung connection na nafe-feel ko sa Instagram.
Okay.
Parang mas mahirap kasi mag-gain yung like nila or yung follow nila. So parang mas times 2.
Na-challenge ka.
Kinda like, it's different when you get 1 million followers on TikTok versus 500k on Instagram.
Someday I will know that feeling.
Hindi kasi parang 500k damn. Hindi madali yun nasa Instagram.
Oo.
Especially na hindi naman known yung comedy content creator sa Instagram space. It has always been the rich and the famous.
Right.
Diba?
Ang galing nung self-awareness mo enough to know your why, kung ano yung branding mo. Who are you branding-wise?
As a person or as Davao Conyo?
Both.
Kasi may parang may similarities pero meron ding total opposites. Siguro with Davao Conyo, mas confident ako to speak my mind because I can use different characters.
Right.
May safety blanket siya na parang, uy, wait lang, parang sobrang sakit tong sinabi ng babaeng nakawig. Uy, pero hindi ako yun. Hindi si Philip yun, si Chanine yun. Alam mo yun? So parang merong safety blanket. With Philip naman, ang dami ko ring thoughts pero hindi ko sinasabi. Akin lang. Or with the people that I trust most.
Okay. And what's your advice for people who are finding out kung ano yung saan sila lalagay?
Mahirap din kasi parang for me kasi Ma'am Mirza, habang alive ka pa, it's always a learning process. Ako, pwede ko sabihin ngayon na ganito ako, pero I can say na ganito ako 3 years from now.
Right.
So, whatever lang na ginagawa mo in finding out of who you are, you just have to make sure na you have the right people around you.
Right.
Ako thankful din ako na kahit na-expose ako sa different circles na would have been a bad influence sa akin. Parang ang naging guiding light ko talaga is how I was raised by my mom. So, maiyak pala. Hindi ko naman sobrang, pero yun talaga yun na parang hindi. Parang may gut feel eh. Parang may gut feel. Wala silang ginawang masama sa akin. Pero parang hindi ko to gusto. Parang ayoko. And then, years or months after, may nangyari sa kanila na sabi ko na, tama yung gut feel ko.
Ano yung guiding principle na yun? Influenced by your mom or that has developed in you over time that keeps you going and going? That might also inspire all the listeners.
Madami siya eh. Pero my mom is very generous. So, kahit hindi kami lumaki sa mayamang family, parang I always see her na if meron siya, nagbibigay siya. And that's why sobrang pet peeve ko talaga sa lahat ng pet peeves yung mga madadamot. And it's not even about, nagbigay siya ng 500, ikaw 100 lang. It's not about that. It's really more of parang, yung may attitude ka na takot kang mawalan or takot kang malamangan, ayoko talaga yun. Yun yung usually ko na hindi kami mag-mesh well together. So siguro yun, wala naman kasi kaming 10 commandments sa bahay na itong gawin mo ganyan. More on, talaga, parang inobserve ko lang yung nanay ko kung paano siya sa ibang tao as I'm growing up. Kasi teacher din kasi siya. So, she's very nurturing.
Okay, wow.
So siguro yun. And alam ko naman na sa panahon ngayon, ang hirap maging kind. I mean, we always hear it takes $0 or 0 pesos to be kind. But then again, 0 pesos din naman para maging masama. Pero, alam mo yun, parang, I also have a lot of bad thoughts. Pero, it's when you decide to say it or show it, yun yung parang deciding factor eh.
Through other characters.
Yeah. Through other characters. Hindi, kaya din nung sobrang nabash din ako, 2020.
Oh.
2020, feeling ko talaga,
Paano ka nabash?
kasi may sinabi ako.
Okay.
O, di ba yung mga TikTokers ngayon,
Ito yung political in nature.
yung mga TikTokers ngayon, yung inaaway nila is mga kapwa TikTokers lang din nila. Ako iba, president. Dumiretso ako dun sa taas. Hindi. May mga sinabi lang ako nung time na yon. Tapos parang high emotion kasi syempre lahat tayo nasa lockdown. Parang ano nangyayari? Parang babalik pa ba sa normal? So, alam mo yun. So, high emotion. Walang filter. So, hindi ko nga naisip na problematic yung sinabi ko or baka may mga magagalit sa sinabi ko. Tulog ako. Paggising ko, boogs.
Oh my gosh.
Ang daming hate mails, gano'n. Ang daming hate messages. Pero you know what, to be honest, kaya hindi din siguro ako sobrang naapektuhan emotionally kasi I just read mga first 9-10 comments and then nag-log out na ako.
Wow.
Kasi sabi ko na, bakit ko sasaktan yung sarili ko? So up until now, kung meron mang dyan mga nag-bash sa akin, sorry, hindi ko nabasa yung sinabi niyo. So napagod lang kayo kakatype. Mga first 9 lang yung nabasa ko. Tapos I decided na, no, I'm not gonna deal with this. And that's the good thing about social media. Once you log out, wala na.
Wow. And
wala na silang access sa'yo.
And do you apply this to life also in general?
Yes, as much as possible. Because with what happened, I also learned na parang hindi lahat ng battles kailangan magkaroon ka ng public opinion about it. Gets ko na parang you have to use your platform because it's a responsibility. But then at the same time, you also get to decide kung saan mo siya gagamitin. Halimbawa, people might tell me na, why don't you talk about these mga causes or itong mga ganitong pangyayari? I don't talk about it online, pero wala kang alam kung I talk about it with my friends, with my safe space. I get to decide.
Wow.
Pero kasi din parang people might say na parang, Philip, sayang kasi ang daming nanonood sa'yo. Pwede bang sabihin mo to, gawin mo to, ganyan. Pero kasi, na-realize ko din na, ano ba yung reason of why people followed me? Kasi utang ko yun sa kanila eh. Halimbawa, Ma'am Mirza, parang may fina-follow kang creator because ang dami-dami mo nakukuhang confidence tips sa kanya. Tapos suddenly magbibigay siya ng tips about gym or like totally opposite. So para ikaw, anong nangyayari?
Off-brand.
So, yun, off-brand, exactly. So ako din, I owe it talaga sa nagbigay sa akin ng platform. There's a platform for everything. Ito yung responsibility ko sa mga nanonood sa akin sa Davao Conyo. Ito din yung responsibility ko as Philip. And kung hindi ka nasali doon, I'm not required na isali ka doon.
Wow.
Kasi I don't trust you.
Right. Well, thank you for...
Hala, tapos na? Kala ko 3 days to.
Thank you for your generosity and kindness and sharing your ideas and insights and thoughts on my platform. And do you want to say something to your listeners? And
hi, wishers. Wish boss pala to. Hindi, gusto ko lang sabihin na the internet is a very powerful tool and I don't take it against people na nagra-rant, nag-express. Pero, as much as possible, isipin nyo lang din na whatever you put out, you can never take it back. Kasi may screenshot na tayo ngayon. May digital footprints na. So you really have to be careful. Ayun. So that said, since it's a very powerful tool, you really have to, isipin mo talaga kung paano mo siya gagamitin. Because it could go against you or work for you.
right.
Yes.
Thank you. And any big projects coming up or stuff to watch out for in your platform?
Nasa Boracay ako.
Oh.
Hindi siya tour. Nandun lang ako. Baka na nandun. Hindi, pero wala naman. I wish I could say na may ganitong project ako na parating. Pero for now, I'm very happy na I could say na puno ako hanggang first half of the year.
Wow.
So yun, masaya ako dun.
And we're so lucky na nandito ka today. Thank you again.
Trust pa rin yung brand sa akin. Thank you so much sa lahat ng may tiwala sa akin.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Thank you din for inviting me. Bye.
Kahit wala ng ma'am.
Sorry. Mirza. Bye,
yes.
Mirza.
Bye, Philip. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to You Can Do This. If you want to know more about me, visit Mirza.com. That's MYRZA.com. And follow me at Mirza Season on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and LinkedIn. If you like this episode, please don't forget to rate it 5 stars. Hit the follow button on your podcast streaming platforms and hit the notification bell to get alerted every time we release a new episode. Catch you at our next convo, and always remember, you can do this.
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.